Susan again, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. I've been doing a scrap along with me type of video, and today I have an idea video. A couple of days ago I was talking with one of the ladies that I am on her guest creative team for, and she had mentioned something that had been kind of in the back of my mind for a long time, but I hadn't really said anything and hadn't really done anything about it, but it was always a thought that I had, and she mentioned a thought to me, and when she said that, I went, you know what, I'm going to try that. One of the difficulties that I have with scrapping is titles. For some reason, it's hard for me to think of a title, and when I think of a title, then it's hard for me to figure out what fonts I want to use and how many elements, or if I want to have any elements at all attached to it. So it's always been a very difficult thing. If you look at my gallery, you don't see a lot of really intricate title work. So she mentioned something to me, and I thought, that's a really good idea. I'm going to give it a try. So today we're going to use a kit called Hello Beautiful Day from the Digital Press Company. And I believe the artist is River Rose on this one. But it is called Hello Beautiful Day. It's issue number 17, April 2016. So it's in the stores right now, and it's very recent. So that's the kit that I'm going to do this with. And the template that I'm going to use is from Daggy's Temptations, and this will be released by the time you hear this, but it's released on April 8th. And it is a template pack that has 2 templates in it. And that will be available, and I'll have the name and the preview for it in the video before and after when we put the video in. So we're going to use this, and this is where the fun part comes in. We're going to be using one of Daggy's Temptations Siggy packs. This one is, I think it's the fall template, and I'll put all the information in the video's credits. But she has a pack that has 4 different seasons of Siggies for the forum. And I was thinking, and Daggy was also thinking, what about using one of her Siggy templates for a title? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take this Siggy template, we're going to turn it into a title with using this kit, the Hello Beautiful Day kit, and then we're going to use that title for this layout, for this template that she's releasing on April 8th. So I'm going to put all the stuff together, and we'll be right back and we'll get started. Let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the white, because I'm not going to use that part on the layout. So now I'm going to have a transparent background. And I'm just going to start from the back. So let's start this little banner thing. I'm going to use yellow. And again, I'm just doing the Option Command group to group the papers. And then with this long one here, I'm going to use this floral. And I'm also going to make it a little smaller, because I want the flowers to be a little smaller. And one thing I did do, I forgot to say, is that at the beginning, this was actually 6 inches by 2 inches. And I made it to be 12 by 4. And the reason I did that was so that I didn't have to size down the papers. If I did it with this particular size, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal, because I wouldn't have to size down everything. So that's one thing that I did. I made it a little bit bigger. Okay, let's do this one, and that one I'm going to use the green for. And see, we're just building. Whoops, wrong one. I actually wanted it to be on that, so I'm going to pull that down. I don't need to re-pull it in, just move it. Okay. We got that. Now these 2 here, I think I'm going to make them red. And these templates are just so easy. They're so wonderful. You just drag them on and clip on the papers, and it just comes to life. I love that about it. All right, now because we're having this as a title, we don't really need this picture space, so I'm going to delete that picture space, and you're going to see what I'm going to do in a minute. This looks a little ragged right now, but it's not going to stay that way. So I've done all the papers. Let's go on out and let's go get some elements. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the leaves. You know me. Leaves girl. It's the leaves girl. Okay, let's see. Put them here, but we need to get them a little smaller. And I forgot to click on it, so it's going to go. The leaf is here. And I love Daggie's her drop shadows, so I tend to keep her drop shadows on everything. That one there, and then Option drag. We'll make another one and put it here. Put that there. And I think these are still too big. So I'm going to make them smaller. One thing about working with siggies is it's a lot smaller. So you're having a much smaller place to work with. Let's just pull this one over here. And go that way, and then get rid of that. And duplicate my layer there. Alright, I got my leaves, and then the big flower, I am going to use a daisy. Let's see if I can find that daisy real quick. Here's my daisy. And I click on it so that when I drag it in, it goes right to the layer it's supposed to. And I love the sizes, so for Daggy, typically I keep the same sizes that she has because I think it's a good guide. And since I'm right on top, I can just steal that drop shadow and delete that layer. So it continues to keep my layers smaller. Alright, so let's just drag this baby over here. And then we're also going to have it here, but I'm going to have to put it behind. So I'm going to duplicate this one, and then I'm going to send it back behind my paper here. Get rid of that one. There we go. Now you notice that some of my pictures are a little bigger. One friend told me to do this. If you click on the actual corner, not the corner, the actual layer, you can change your thumbnails. So I made it large. Normally I have them up small and you can't see what you're doing, but when you move it up to large, you can see exactly what it is that you're working on. So I have done that recently. Alright, so sorry about that aside there. Let's work on the flower here. Now there's a little rose here that I think is so pretty that I'm going to put for a smaller flower there. A little red rose. And the little red rose is where? Hello, little red rose. My little red rose is missing. Let me go out and look and I'll be right back. I went out and got it. It actually wasn't from this kit. It was from Kathy K. And I'll have to look up the name of the kit, but I went out and found it and placed them where I wanted them to go. Now the last thing that I need to do on here is I got rid of the circle, which was supposed to be a photo. This actually isn't the last thing because I have to take care of the name too and turn that into a title. But instead of the photo, I'm actually going to use this beautiful little butterfly and make sure that's the one I want. There's two butterflies in here. Three butterflies. Yeah, that's the one I want. So I'm going to pull this butterfly in, and this butterfly is going to take this spot right here. And I just think it's so pretty. Make a very large shadow there. So it takes that expanse away there a little bit. And so here we have the butterfly. And now we want to take care of the name. What's really neat in this is that this is editable type. So all I have to do is click on it. And of course it's going to change it to something else because I don't have that font that she used. And I'm going to use Jane Austen, one of my favorite fun, Jane Austen, No Secret. And my title is actually going to be Hello Beauty. So I'm going to change it to Beauty right now. And then I'm going to change the color because I want to have the color be the red. I got there. And then I'm going to make another text layer because I want it to also say hello. And I'm going to go to my go-to serif font, which is called Palatino. I absolutely adore Palatino. And I'm going to have to make it smaller. And I'm going to make it black. Okay, and I'm going to put it into this little hole right here. Hello Beauty. Put a little drop shadow on it. Now comes the fun part. We have it all set up. I'm going to do the one thing that I always do so I can make my file a little bit smaller is I'm going to merge everything down. I'm going to merge the papers that I clipped. And then I'm going to size this back down so that it's a correct size when it goes into the layout that it's going to get put into. So I put it back to 6 by 2. And this is where we are right now at 100%, and you can tell that things need to be played around a little bit. It's not quite done yet. But I'm going to select all of this. So select from the bottom all the way to the top, and I'm going to drag this over to my page. Now this is the page that I've already made, and it was kind of as a dare. It's cute, it's funny. I'm a little bit of a fangirl about David Duchovny, and I was dared to make a video of it, or not a video, but a layout. So I did, and that's where this is going to go. So I've selected everything, and I'm just going to pull it right on over, and it's going to go in this area up here, and this is going to be my siggy. Now I'm not completely done. I'm not happy with that. See this happy there? I'm not completely happy with it. So we're going to play around a little bit, and then it's going to become my title. Now I'm on to this one right here, and I don't like the backgrounds. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, whoops, that beauty is really a pain. We're going to get rid of these. And I'm going to pull beauty out of the way so I can get rid of this one. All right. Pull beauty into there. And hello is too big, so we'll pull hello down. And we want to line it up here. I don't think these really go well, so let's get rid of those. And now I want to choose all of these, and I'm going to have to shift click all of them to make sure I get all of them. Move this around. Here, you've got to pull up there. And we're going to turn this one the other way. Place that there. And these are really tiny. They're the tiniest little buds I've ever seen. So I'm going to make those bigger. And this bigger. this and this bigger both together. And this needs to go under beauty. The bane of my existence in this thing. That beauty just is constantly in my way. Under hello. That's in the wrong place. Let's pull this back up. Need to go over. There we go. So here we have our layout. We made a really pretty title. And it ties in with the rest of the layout because we're using the same kit. We're just bringing some of the elements into the title. And I'm glad that Daddy brought this up to me so that I would follow through with the thought process that I had about, do I really want to do this? What could help me with my titles? And I really, really like this. I think it looks really good, and I think you might enjoy it too. So there you have it, going from a siggy to a title. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it makes your scrapping just a little bit more fun and maybe a little bit more interesting. And I hope you come and join me the next time. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I will be continuing to make these layouts and continuing to make these videos as long as you come on in and watch them and enjoy them, and as long as I'm helpful to you. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you soon.